Stepping Stones Across the Spectrum is an organisation which has been set up by Vinnie and I, but along the way other people have got involved. We've got 3 children on the spectrum, but really the young adults now. Autism is a spectrum and it is very vast, and everyone on the spectrum is unique.
One of the things that drove us towards Stepping Stones Across the Spectrum was the fact that we felt that there was a dearth of services and support, understanding, acceptance, inclusion, and in some respects a denial of basic human rights in terms of accessing appropriate education, further education for adults, and also things like medical services, because many of the young people who are on the spectrum with autism have phobias about going to doctors, dentists and other places. So it's trying to get that understanding out there.
From Mark being born, it was quite evident that he had some kind of difficulties or disability. It took him before he was 5 that I got a diagnosis of autism. I'd never heard of autism, didn't have any kind of understanding, and I got that the week before Christmas in a 3-lined letter. I think this is what we need to be seeing for the future. This is what we need to be seeing now, is experience and expertise to lead us into the future for our children, like Stepping Stones. And I'm sure this is what Stepping Stones are aiming to provide.
Because there is a lack of services, we want to set up a centre primarily, specifically aimed at the autistic adults, to provide a tailored package for them while they're there. And another one of our prongs is to set up a community cafe which will be managed by a person, say, not on the spectrum, but everybody else within there will be. And it will give these people a sense of purpose, sense of inclusion, taking orders, cooking basic food. And the third thing we'd like to do is an educational issue, is to actually educate employers to the fact that they could have some very good employees with the right support in place if they understood what that was needed. They're our prime aims.
I've got 2 boys, Josh and Seb. Both of them have got high functioning autism, which means that they are very academically able, they have no associated learning disabilities, and socially they can appear to be very adept. I think one of the biggest aspects for our family particularly is the employment side of things. Not only the possibility of work experience for Josh, but also the training to employers and very person-centred training to employers is going to have a huge impact for both of my boys, because there's no reason that my children shouldn't have employment to the level that they can achieve, but currently the services to help them to get there just don't really exist. So that's what I'm hoping really that Stepping Stones will be able to help with.
When Craig was 4, we didn't have a diagnosis for him, and we were referred to St George's Hospital in Tooting in South London, and an educational psychologist there actually could have blighted the whole of Craig's life. She actually said that when he was 16 he would need to be in a secure unit for ours and for the public's safety. 4 years ago he left Liverpool Hope University with a 2-2 combined honours degree. Now, that came about because of our belief and our support and getting the appropriate things for Craig. And what we'd like Stepping Stones to do is to help enrich the individuals who use the service lives.
Because that experience was horrendous. I'll never forget it. Really, the staff in the canteen saw Craig more than what these multidiscipline team did. And on our way back from London, Vinny was there crying and saying, you know, what will happen to Craig? And I said, no, Vin, they have got that wrong.
When Craig was outside, when we were waiting for different appointments, he turned round and he had this little grin on his face. This is when he was 4, and I started to cry because I thought, you don't know what they've said about your son. And then, the day he graduated, went along, and there he was with his cap and his gown getting fitted. His back to me. He turned round, I took a photo, and I turned round, and I had a little cry. And he said, what's up, Dad? What's up? And I said, son, you don't know what the beauty is of what that is. Because I thought to myself there, you know, you've done this against a background of people who didn't believe you could achieve.
We are looking for any help out there, no matter what it is. If someone feels as though, that they can support us, fundraising, or even looking round for a building, because what we want is a suitable building for a peppercorn rent to start this project off. Because since Craig was born and we realised that Craig had difficulties, we have always tried to be involved with their groups, supporting other parents, because when you first get that diagnosis, it is a very lonely and isolating place, and it really helps to know that other people, we've all got our own different stories. You know, we can talk about diagnosis, getting the right type of education. You know, we've all got our own tale to tell. But as a group of parents coming here together, wanting to achieve, and we will do it. I know we will do it.